Alright guys, let's get started. We're playing the new Red Eyes Dark Magician deck, and we're looking to do some good quality work with the new combos. In fact, we don't really need that many of this one. Let's go ahead and... Oh, this guy's salty. He said to delete myself because I had a delete links in my as my username. So we're going to go ahead and send a Red Eyes from our deck, as well as a Dark Magician from the deck. And basically, you make this card, and you just literally win the game. It's that easy. It's like, it sounds so, like, OP. And it is. Literally, they can't target it, they can't destroy it with card effects, and it's just going to gain an insane amount of attack. Every time we discard a card and get an effect over here, we're just going to go ahead and just say yes. Just so I can easily pump this card up, because he's not going to be able to do anything to this card anyways. And the Dark Magicians and stuff, they don't really do too much in the hand. You can add a Red Eyes card. I mean, that one will give me another card. Putting this in the graveyard can help, because if I happen to want that effect later down the line, I can. But I'm curious to see what he does against this card. Generally, oh, what is this? That's interesting. I did not expect that deck. Utopia is about the only card that I doubt he plays this. If he plays Utopia, I'm done, fam. Like, this deck usually plays Extravagance, right? Oh no, dude. Oh no, he doing me dirty, dude. He doing me dirty. He doing me dirty. Does this gain another effect when it's destroyed? Like, that's incredibly stupid, dude. That is so incredibly stupid. It's like the one out that he has. And we'll just try to make another one next turn, so it's fine. So it'll have 10,000 attack. And he's down, what, a Chupacabra and, all doubles attack. It's alright, we'll just top deck another one of those Red Eyes. We're fine. And then he just loses. Called by the grave. Okay. Alright. Got dirty, dude. I got dirtied. But who the heck plays who plays the Utopia Double or Nothing in the Fairy Tale deck? Oh, so he's just using it as a rank 4 engine, maybe? Dude, I swear to God, if this guy summons another Utopia, I'm gonna cry, dude. I'm gonna cry every time. I mean, at that point, that's game anyways, right? There's nothing I can do about it. Both of these... Wait. Never mind. I have 100 life points. We could. No, he done goofed on the math. Wait, I swear, if he has Gaga Cowboy, I'm gonna be so salty, because nobody plays that in 2019, dude. No one plays that. Nobody plays that card. Watch him have Gaga Cowboy, dude. I have 100 LP. No, dude, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Like, if you're playing this deck, it's usually like the Grand Madra variant where, like, you're able to banish and you swing for, like, you know, 12,000. Oh, he doesn't have it, dude. He doesn't have it, dude. He does not have it. It's all ogre, dude. It's all ogre. It's all ogre. It's all ogre. We win, boys. Okay. The one time someone actually plays Utopia, though, dude, I still can't believe it. Dark Magician from deck and the Red Eyes from, well, we have 2 in the hand, whatever. It has to be, you have to use normal monsters for this, though. Because this effect is so incredibly broken. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Do I want to negate my own effect? No, thanks, man. Alright, so I'm just going to go pop it, and you just take 25. No problem. Oh, yeah, I want to just activate this effect again. I don't need to chain it. We're going to go ahead and... which one did gives him like more of a benefit? I kind of worry. Once per turn, it gains 1,000 attack for each Iron Knight. Okay, let's just get rid of that card then. And then we can go ahead and attack now. So you can just like pop 2 of your opponent's monsters and they take the full damage, and then you can just still attack the same turn. I think that that's just a little bit OP. Just a little bit OP. But now he has to summon something that has over 3,000 attack with no effects, and I still happen to have Called by the Grave. So I think we're still good on this one. But generally, when you make this card, your Dragon of Red Eyes... He surrendered! I told you guys you make this card and it's game. But usually that's what happens with this deck. But I do want to showcase off another replay over here that showcases off how good this card is. But this one is by my boy Atlas Rising, so shouts to him. But anyways, like I said, you make this card turn 1 and you just win the game. I know it sounds super simple, but that's just really what it comes down to. That was a 100 life point comeback too. I was so afraid he was gonna do it. But you can see that like when this card comes out, right? Technically, Tiramisu does not target, but he did get he did get stopped over here because this does negate a card effect and destroy. So it's a once per negate, and then because you use 2 vanillas, this is just pop for that damage, pop for that damage. Okay. Swing for pretty much game. If you happen to have any other combos, like yeah, you can make it a game. Also, the deck profile for the new Dragon of Red Eyes deck. I was figuring like I could get some more gameplay, and you know what? You guys want to see something like actually kind of funny is what you can do in this deck because it has easy access to rank 7 monsters. Is if you've dealt a decent amount of damage, you can instantly just go into the Flare Metal Dragon, and at that point your opponent can't do anything. So if you get your opponent pretty low, because most of the monsters are level 7 here, you just go into Flare Metal Dragon. Look, he has 400 HP. If he does any card, he just takes 500 points of damage, so he just literally has to say GG at that point. But like I said, shout out to my boy Atlas Rising for the plays, and this is his deck. I just was like, you know what, I feel like we can get some more gameplay of the gameplay in action, and I wanted to test it out because I did see a few of his plays. And a lot of times, guys, I'm not even kidding, you make this card and your opponent just instantly loses. Because like, it has 3,000 attack, and it can pop 2 different cards, because up to the amount of normal monsters that you use for the summon. So basically you get to pop 2 things, your opponent takes all the damage, and then on top of that, you get to negate anything once per turn, and it can't be targeted, it can't be destroyed by card effects, so it makes it a little bit difficult for your opponent to really do anything against it. It's like a 1-card boss monster that also can technically protect itself because it negates, and it can get up to a lot of attack, because that effect, it gains 1,000 attack permanently. So usually, if your opponent has a board and you go for this effect, they're going to try to do something. You negate whatever card. It's 4,000. Their turn comes around. It's 5,000. Usually, once you're at the 5,000 point, your opponent, I guess, has to have Utopia. There are times where other decks can kind of deal with like 4,000, but 5,000 is pretty much Utopia, or there's no getting over, unless there's a Kaiju. But pretty much the turbo variant of this deck is what we have over here. But let's go ahead and go over the deck profile for this deck. So 3 Dark Magician, 3 Red Eyes B Dragon, 1 copy of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 3 copies of Alternative Black Dragon. And this one, you just summon it by attributing a Red Eyes monster from your hand or field. And then once per turn, you can only special summon one of them. But if this card destroys a battle or in its owner's possession, you can target level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster and then special summon it. So basically, it lets you kind of attack into, maybe if your opponent happens to have a monster that's 2,400, you can do that as well. Then we have Red Eyes Black Flare. It's treated as a normal card, but if you do summon it again, it is a Gemini, and it didn't actually have any gameplay of this, but if you do get the effect of it, it does have the effect where if damage calculation is performed at the end of the battle phase, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to this card's original attack. So that's kind of nice. Then we have Red Eyes Baby Dragon. I actually did like this card quite a bit because you can set this card and let it go away, and then you get to summon this card or this card, but I usually like to keep this in the deck. But you can summon this card and then instantly have this card equipped to it, so it'll gain a bonus of 300 attack. And then we have the Black Metal Dragon. This is basically just add this card, but it has to be sent from the field to the graveyard. I was thinking that if you were able to just get rid of this card ASAP. You basically have 6 copies of this card. And then we have 2 copies of the Blackstone of Legend, 3 copies of Allure, 3 copies of Red Ice Fusion, 3 copies of the Return of the Dragon Lord. So let's bring back another monster. And I guess it doesn't say it can't be special summoned except. So I believe you could get that card out. Oh no, it's, you know, it's a spellcaster. It's not even a dragon. It does it count as a dragon? But you can utilize this card to bring back 7 or 8, so that's basically all the Red Eyes support. I'd honestly say you could maybe cut this for more draw power even if you wanted to. And then we have cards of the Redstone. And this is just send 1 to draw 2 cards, and then you can send another Red Eyes monster from your hand to the graveyard. And then you have 3 copies of Sacred Sword of 7 Stars, and then 3 copies of Red Eyes Insight. And then we have the Called by the Grave, and then Return of the Red Eyes over here, just as you're talking on roll 1, then special summon it. I mean, pretty much the whole point of this deck is just literally summon this, and you'd be surprised how many games you can instantly win with just this card. I'd honestly say if I was to build this deck, you could technically drop this and then run cards like, for example, Super Poly. I think excellent cards for this deck because you'll have, well, obviously you have to change the extra deck over here. The only important card is really this and this. The rest of the cards don't really matter too much. Obviously, this card can be good. I mean, honestly, are you really making Draco's deck in 2019? Probably not. But I would say cards like Super Poly could be excellent. You could also play cards like Where Art Thou? And you could also play 1-for-1. Like, I'm just looking at this deck and trying to make it like a little bit more competitive. But at the end of the day, I don't know if this deck would be competitive. But Where Art Thou? Just so you can actually add this card, and then if you normal summon it with like 1-for-1, or you can even play cards like Jester Confit, which are another dark that you can just special summon. You can go into instantly link Haribo, but I would probably use 2 darks, and then instantly go into the dark. Oh gosh, what is it called? Oh, did they change the name? You know what? We'll just go to Monster Link 2. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Oh, you're not Pendulum. We need the Link monster. The one that lets you add another dark monster. I believe it's dark. Can I just put 2? Oh, that will mess things up. But I also think you can put the what is that name? Okay. Oh, okay. Wee Witch's Apprentice. That's the name. So basically, you would try to utilize that and then try to proc this effect of adding that Red Eyes card. Now, you won't be able to do it the same turn because you can't normal. What is it? You cannot normal or special summon monsters the turn you activate this card, unless you can summon it and then go for it. But I'm pretty sure you can't do that. But just going for this card, and then that lets you re-add back the card later down the line, and maybe prevent yourself from getting OTK'd potentially, and then. I just think that could be a way that you could utilize it. But it does technically take a turn. But also, like I said, I think Super Poly would be great in here. Honestly, this one, I guess, lets you kind of cycle through cards. So I guess you can set this turn 1, right? I'm sorry, not this one. The Red Ice Baby Dragon. You can set this turn 1, let it die, grab 1 card. I honestly feel like you don't need it. But I don't know. I feel like I'm modifying his deck too much. This is the original one, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it there. But I think there are things that you guys can change up, and let me know down below in the comment section below what you would change. And I would definitely recommend this Preda Plant card for sure as well, because there's 2 effect monsters, and then you just send a what is it? It's a normal polymerization or quick play, which I'm not sure if you can activate it, because I know you don't have to pay the cost, but I don't know, it might be the condition requirements met for being able to activate this after you've of course made this turn 1. But I haven't really done too much testing, but I might do some more testing out in the future with this deck. But honestly, just make this card turn 1 and you'll win almost half of your duels, unless they happen to have Utopia, right? Which they don't have in most decks, unless of course it's like Magical Musketeers. You should be good to go, or a Kaiju. I would say that it's a 1-card boss monster, and then you could technically search out this card again. And usually when you make the second one, most decks just don't have another out. Again, unless they're like main decking like multiple copies of Kaijus, or some kind of interesting deck like maybe Madolchus. But keep in mind, whenever she goes for, if Tiaramasu would use that effect, just negate that effect in your 4,000. Most times, Madolchus will not be able to double Tiaramasu in 1 turn. It's just very rare. So if you're playing against that deck, just keep that in mind. But anyways, that's it for the new Dragon of Red Eyes Fusion deck. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel here, subscribe, turn on the bell if you don't want to miss out on the updated version of this deck, because I'll try to make it more competitive. But again, this was a deck profile that was sent in. Yo, shout out to my boy AzneyesRez. Give him a follow, guys. I'll leave him linked down below. He has a lot of crazy, spicy Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I'm going to be uploading it very soon here. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one, and I'm signing out. Peace.